What's up, guys? Andrew Nero here from South Florida. Today we have a set of bad motors. So if you can see, this wheel is kind of slanted in. All we're going to do is remove the motors today, and tomorrow we're going to install them. So this video will be about removing your motors that have been maybe worn down a little bit and tough to get off. Okay, I want to take note before we start. I've stripped these screws so many times, so you can see what the customer has done. Just put his own screws in or made slits into the existing screws, and I'm gonna guess that it worked. So let's give that a shot. So typically you would use this tool. Today I'm gonna use this tool. All right, get yourself a little chisel and open up this shield here. So if you can see, you've got your right motor and you've got your left motor, and in between is your actuator here that controls your discs. So these discs go up and down, and this is also blocking the way of the right motor. So what we have to do is remove this bolt, and then we can kind of push this back a little bit, which gives us just enough space to take this motor out. Removing this bolt here, you can use whatever tool you want. Pliers work for me. You're gonna pull it this way. As you kind of rotate the thing, you lift the swing arm a little bit. So it just takes a little bit of a lift on the swing arm as you pull it out like that. Make sure we save these in a good spot. You don't want to lose them, you'll need them again. And what we can do is push this back so that it's out of the way. Now we can take this motor off. Now we just want to remove this cap here. Chisel. And so when you remove this part, you'll see the bolt underneath it. Take that off. 11/16. But now that this wheel is free, you will want to twist this side right here and close these discs as much as you can, just so that this wheel can get free. Now we want to use a chisel to separate these two spacers. Look at the rust on that. Okay, so now the spacers are off. We need to remove this key right here, which can sometimes really be tough if it's facing the way it is right now, which is towards the frame. Just like that. All right, guys, check this out. So typically, this isn't what we use to hold down the motors. So you can see what the customer did here. This is what it's supposed to look like. 4mm Allen wrench. You can loosen these right up. But this customer was determined. You can see our next step is to remove this collar. Hammer and a chisel. All right, and now we just got to remove these. Not sure what these are, but we'll get them off. So as I'm unscrewing this left bolt here, the motor just drops out. So these two aren't even holding anything. Well, motor's free. Now we just got to get it out of this area. So make sure you snip these zip ties here. Then you can pull your motor out. Now you've got these two cables running to a box here. We just need to unscrew this right here and take these cables out gently because we're going to need these for the new motor. Alright, so get a precision screwdriver set, one with a tiny flathead and a little bit bigger size flathead. Loosen up these three along with the red cable, then switch to your thicker flathead and loosen up your negative positive. You will hear a tiny little click when it's all the way loose. You can move to the next one. And then very gently pull these out of their positions, slide it out. The little key just fell out. So you can see what the customer did here. This is what it's supposed to look like. 4mm Allen wrench. You can loosen these right up. Get your small micro screwdriver kit. Switch to your small one. This one first, and this one. Okay guys, so that pretty much covers removing two used motors. It's not always that easy. You can see they're super rusted. It doesn't help at all when you're trying to remove that collar and those sleeves. So now you would be ready to install the new motors, which we'll cover in the next video.